What do you think? Is the Biden administration punishing Russia or U.S. gun owners more by banning Russian ammo?
Duh.
We'll talk about that next.
Did you know a lot of Biden gun shops and manufacturers had their credit card processing shut down? Why? Because their vendors think guns are inappropriate. Well, shutting down businesses that support your constitutional right to self-defense is wrong, which is why we are so excited to have 365 Glacier Payments as a 10-ring partner. 365 Glacier Payments specializes in companies in the firearms industry. And if you have a business that accepts credit cards, give them a call today so you can enjoy the peace of mind that your account won't be shut down and also enjoy the best rates. You can visit their website at 365glacierpayments.com and for a free account review. And if they can't beat your credit card processing rates, they'll pay you $100. All right. Now we're going to just bring on our good buddy, Mr. Joe Drammissi, the covert blogger. What are you chatting about this week, my friend?
Aren't you going to tell him? All right. I'll tell him, I guess.
Because I can't.
So
I can't even say that name without my stomach turning.
So the Biden administration says Nyet. That's the one I wanted to hear you say. To cheap Russian ammunition.
I could say Nyet.
So the State Department has decided that the Russians can't import ammunition and firearms into the country anymore. And this will take effect on September 7th. And interestingly, this is part of the Chemical and Biological Weapons Control and Warfare Elimination Act of 1991. And this is a sanction officially against the Russians. This is supposed to be punishing the Russians for misbehavior. And it says that it has to last at least 12 months. And then after that, the executive branch can undo it or do away with it, but they have to certify to Congress that the Russians have met their conditions. So
What have they done to get into trouble?
Well, I'll tell you. So, yeah, so it has to go at least 12 months. So President Harris could undo it a little bit later in her term.
President who?
But it's got to stay at least 12 months. So what the Russians did was they attempted to poison somebody that was unhappy with Putin and their government, an opposition person named Alexei Navalny, I think. And they poisoned him with a nerve agent, which is what puts them in violation of the treaty, or not the treaty, but that agreement that they had. And the Russians argue, though, that this is a newer version of that nerve agent. So even if they did do it, it really wasn't under that treaty.
What?
But
That's the I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy defense.
Yeah, no kidding.
well, apparently all that stuff works because I mean, it's interesting too, and I think this is more of just another example of again this certain political party.
And did our government say, "Oh, son of a gun, you're absolutely correct. I apologize"?
No, they didn't. They said we're barring you from selling ammunition in the United States.
Do you buy Russian ammo?
And well, no, it's interesting. I did it once, and actually I did it a month or so ago because it's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper than the regular. Like our inflated ammo right now for 9mm, about somewhere around 60 cents a round, something like that. I bought 1,000 rounds of the Russian steel-cased ammo for $400, so about 40 cents a round. So it's significantly cheaper. I don't use it or haven't used it before because I reload, and the cases are steel, so I can't reload them. So it's kind of a waste for me. So I use brass ammunition.
You trust them?
Well, I'll tell you, I have friends that shoot it regularly and have no problem. The ones that I bought, I was having problems in my Glock, and it's like the only thing that the Glock does not like. And I was having misfires. And what someone was telling me is the material they use for the primers is a little bit harder than the material that we use in typical ammo. So sometimes the striker-fired guns, like the Glocks, aren't happy with it. Because when I first started using that, I was having a misfire like every magazine, which is just not cool. So, but
I've seen catastrophic. I think the only people they're punishing by not selling Russian ammo in the United States are gunsmiths who make a lot of money off of.
Well, see, and that's
Yeah.
and I don't.
guns they got.
So I could speak to the 9mm anyway. I know I have several friends that shoot that don't reload that use that religiously because it's cheaper. I found that in my wife's Ruger PC carbine, it works fine. Shoot it all day, so that's how I'm going to burn up the 1,000 rounds that I have. But the thing is, one of the problems with this is, people are going to look at this because you say, okay, how does this affect gun owners? And people are going to look at this, unfortunately, the same way gun owners look at a lot of stuff. It's the not my circus, not my monkeys approach. So I don't use that stuff anyway. Who cares? And the reason you should care is because we already have a shortage of ammunition, and we have a shortage of primers and that kind of stuff. And and that's going to keep going for a while. And what this is going to do is it's going to make that shortage even worse. And it's going to drive up the prices even more because depending on who you listen to, like the National Shooting Sports Foundation said that that makes up about 8% of the ammo sold in America. All the way at the other end, John Lott is saying it could be as much as 40% of the ammo sold in America. So
wait. So the one saying that 8% of the ammo sold is Russian, and John Lott saying it's as much as 40%?
That's what Lott was saying. Unfortunately, he doesn't reference in his article. He doesn't reference where he got that number. So I'm guessing it's I saw Greg Ellifritz is saying 20 to 30%. So I'm guessing it's probably somewhere in the middle. It's probably 15 to 20% or something. Whatever it is, though, it's going to hurt.
It's significant.
The shortage. Well, yeah, because now people that used to buy that are now not going to be able to buy it anymore because it's already gone. I was talking to them at LAX Ammo yesterday, and yeah, it's gone. They don't have any more. And so, people that would normally buy that are going to have to buy the other stuff. So again, that's going to exacerbate the shortage that's already there. It's going to make the prices, stay high because things were starting to come down a little bit. It was, it's still, like I said, about 3 times what it should be. I was telling you that I just bought, I just got 1,000 rounds of 9mm the other day, almost 60 cents a round. Normally that should be 19 or 20 cents a round. And, and this is going to continue because if you look at how this got driven up in the first place, between this stuff that the government's doing with COVID, this panic that they're creating, and all the mostly peaceful protesting we had last year, because we're only realistically, we're one dead criminal away from more, mostly peaceful protests. And people are freaked out and panicked. So, if you look to try to buy guns, guns are still mostly out of stock in a lot of places. It's not quite as bad as it was a few months ago, but it's still bad. Ammunition, again, like I said the other day, still 60 cents a round for 9mm. And that's going to continue for a while. And I think this just makes it worse. It's just going to make it continue.
Well, it doesn't matter if you use Russian ammo, if you like Russian ammo, if you like Russians. That's not really what we're talking about here. Your point is this is just another way to harass gun owners.
It is
the control factor.
They've weaponized the State Department to use against gun owners. That's all this is. You couldn't think of anything else to sanction with the Russians because you're unhappy with something you think they did. It's just it's
not the cyber attacks. We want to leave that alone.
Yeah, that's right. Don't do that. And we actually told them, hey, could you not attack these areas because this will be bad.
Here's a list of 16 companies. Don't touch them.
Well, it's like giving the Taliban the names of the people. Hey, can you help us get these guys? Sure.
Well, in the real world, Mike, you guys do training. How much has the ammo issue, the expense that's spiked in ammo and just the inability to find ammo, how much has that affected your business?
I wouldn't say our business specifically. I think we try to adjust our training plan to bring more value and don't just go to that 1,000 round range a day like some of these classes you get to take. But yeah, people are definitely hesitant to come because it takes time. Back in 6 months ago, you get 50 rounds in one day if it's a 500 round minimum. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like last year, even when we were at Front Sight last year, they've you're in a 4-day class and they've reduced the round count a bit, which it's not just about shooting rounds, but still, if you can't shoot as much as as an instructor, if you can't shoot as much as you plan to do, so now I have to make that up with other stuff, which it doesn't mean that you can't keep the class good and everything, but it does have an impact on that kind of stuff. And you have to think it has an impact on law enforcement and all the other people that have to train with it because it just makes things tighter and more expensive for everybody. Even the reloaders and I used to shoot matches every Saturday. And since all this started, I rarely shoot a match now. And I know my skills have just dropped way off, but I can't reload anymore. I can't find primers. And, this is just going to aggravate that, I think, and make it worse. So there is a way to fix it, though. Like Michael was talking, we got an opportunity here in a week or so, recalling this governor. We could do it again in November of 22 and again in November of 24, so we can fix this.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.